Because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I thank him for, allowing my kids to be able to grow up and being able to go to a school where everyone is different. And without him, we might not have that now.
What comes to mind for me when I think of Martin Luther King Jr. Starts off with his strength and perseverance. And when you look back at the full story and history of the civil rights movement, and Martin Luther King Jr. in particular, he had to endure a lot and show a lot of resiliency, strength, perseverance in order to enact real change.
Someone, again, who was visionary and so selfless in his fight for civil rights and for humanity. He saw injustice, and where he saw injustice, he felt compelled to act.
It is one thing to want change, but it is another act of bravery to seek change, to not just fight for your family, but to fight for everybody as if they're your own. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he fought for me, he fought for you, he fought for the fact that we would not just coexist and live in silos, but that we would thrive amongst each other, that we were stronger together than apart.
For the March on Washington, he reached out to multiple Hispanic leaders to let them know, we want to include you also. So I thought that was great that he made the effort to make sure it's including all minorities.
If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub on the side of the reel. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
Another quote he said is, "We don't make history, we are made by history." We have to remember our history to not repeat it. And when we forget what he went through, what his speech said, what the different people have gone through to get to where we are, we end up repeating the same mistakes.
He said, the time is always right to do what's right. So it speaks to integrity. It speaks to nobody's looking, doing the right thing. It's kind of something that we should all live by, that, you don't just do the right thing when people are watching. You don't just do the right thing when it's easy. The time is always right to do what's right.
Most can't even imagine putting themselves in a situation where they're being put in jail, where they're being taken away from their families, where they're fighting for people they don't know but can relate to. The most prominent social activist and civil rights leader of our era, who fought for equality for all and had a leading principle of nonviolence.
His bravery, right? Fighting for what he thought that was right. Fighting for equality and just pushing and not backing down for what he believed in.
The dream isn't dying. It's still evolving. So in every small way, let's keep pushing the agenda forward. Let's keep creating a world that is equal. Let's keep creating a world in which all are free, and not just free in the physical sense of physical shackles, but free to exist, free to roam, free to be in their apartment, free to breathe, creating a world in which all are free to be themselves and love to be that. One of my favorite quotes is, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl." whatever you do, keep moving forward.